Hi everybody, this is Pat Huntoon with Technique Junkies, and today I have some new products to share with you and new ways to use them. So I just want to start out saying that I'm very excited that Aladine has come out with 5 new colors of IZINK Ice, and 2 of them have the same translucence as we were used to before with Aladine Ice. The 2 that are Orange Sorbet and Margarita. So I have a scrap piece of paper here. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so these have more of a translucence to them. So in other words, when you put them down as a gel, they're more see-through. You could see that doesn't have a lot of body. You see right through that. So that's the Orange Sorbet. This color is the Margarita color. It's a very bright green. You can really see the translucence on that one. I love these colors. Now, when you use them as a glaze like I'm doing here, if you put them down and you let them dry for a minute, they will layer. If you do it while they're still wet, they will blend. Okay, so I kind of have a layering thing going on there. This other 3 colors that came out, this is December Mist. These have more of an opacity to them as the gold, silver, copper, and white do with the Aladine Ice. So when I put this one down, you could really see how much more opaque that is. It doesn't have the translucence to it. You can really see it you can even see it in the package. I mean, you really can see the difference between the see-through of that green and the opacity of that December Mist. So that's December Mist. Another color is Turquoise Chill. And okay, again, this one has opacity, and you can these will blend more because I find these take just a little bit longer to dry than the translucent ones. And then finally, the last one is Frozen Ocean. This is a gorgeous color, this Frozen Ocean. They're all gorgeous, but. So I have, at the end of the video, you'll see that I have some kits here. Oh, I like those. So look at how they blend together so nicely. They work together really nice. So that is the Frozen Ocean. So with the tutorial today, I'm going to show you all of them used with the same stencil, and I'm going to be adding an existing Aladine Ice. I'm going to be adding Glacier Green, which is this color, to the Margarita and the Orange Sorbet with our project because I wanted them all to be translucent. I didn't have to do that with this section, but I'm going to show you it that way. With the second piece I'm going to do, they're all going to use the ones that have more opacity to them. So the stencil I'm going to be using today is a Colorful Life Designs Corner Blooms. You can see it here. And I'm actually going to be working on a full background cardstock. I'm not going to be layering this at all. When I use this, I have my piece Pixie sprayed on the back, and the Pixie spray is a low tack adhesive that helps hold down your stencil to your cardstock easily. I want more of I'm going to tilt this a little bit because I want more of that top bloom to show because it allows me to put more color in there and still leave a little bit band of white around the edges. So you can see I've just tilted it a little bit, but it's down on there nice and firm if you want an extra level of, because the fold here is lifting it a little bit. So I'm going to add even just a little extra level with some purple tape there just to hold that down just a little tiny bit firmer, because this is, like I said, this is a 1-layer piece. I'm not going to be adding additional layers to this, so I want to make sure this is perfect on here. It's nice and tight on there. So let's start with the translucent gels first. I'm going to be starting with the Orange Sorbet, and let me just quickly clean my knife off. I'm starting with the Orange Sorbet, and when I put this down, I am going to just take a little bit onto my knife like that, and just put it down nice and smooth. It goes on very easily. And I'm just going right to the edge of that stencil, the stencil design of the first flower. I'm going to take a paper towel just for my own messiness here, and I'm going to go put it along the edge. Now you could mask this off officially. I'm choosing not to because for the sake of expediency and to show you how easy this really is. Just a touch there that I want to get. There's some down there. I'm going to use a stencil as a actual little palette. Just going to cover all those little holes up. Very easy. I want to be careful that I don't pull as much out as I put in there. I have one more dot here of color to put on. There we go. And then I'm just going to clean my stencil off. Just wipe it down. Okay. I'm sorry, clean my palette knife off. Close that up. Now, a little bit about these containers, and if you've been following me, you've heard me say this before, so just skip through this if you need to. These last a very long time for a couple of reasons. First of all, air is the death to a product like this. If you have something that has a jar with a big lid in it, a lot of air can get in there, and air will actually make a product dry out. You can see that these have a very small hole for the product to come out of. I like to call it a blowhole. And very little product gets inside of it. I've had the same ice and the carat diamonds for years and years, and they haven't dried out. If anything, some of them dried out just in this little area here, and I just picked it out. And I'm talking about 4 years of product. You can see it's very, very moist in here still. You can feel it. The other thing is this is metallic on the inside. If you want to recycle this, you cut this top off and you can recycle this. The metallic in there also keeps it very moist. So that's a little bit about the product itself. So let's do the major flower. I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it with a glacier green because I don't want that yellow and that green. So we're going to take a little bit of the glacier green, and I'll speed this up while I'm putting this down so you don't have to watch it in real time. So I'm going to put it on exactly the same way. Okay, so I have that second layer on, and the third layer, which is the margarita color. I like it just because of the name. I'm just going to squirt some out, and again, I'll speed it up so you don't have to watch me put this down too. Okay, so that is on there as perfect as I am going to get it. Let me make sure everything's closed up here. Let me show you the reveal here. Oh, just look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? So I'm going to set this aside to dry. Got some right on the edge here. I'm going to set this aside to dry. This will probably take 10 to 15 minutes to dry. And while this is drying, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to clean my stencil off camera. And it's simple to clean. I'm just going to be using some cleaner on it. This is from the dollar store. It's totally awesome from the dollar store, but you can use whatever cleaner you have or just run it underwater and clean it. And then I'm going to show you the ones with more opacity. Okay, I'm ready to start with the second group, the ones with more opacity, and they have a very different look to them. I can't wait to show you. I found these take just a slight bit longer to dry, but they still dry very, very fast, and you can use a heat tool on them if you're careful. So again, I've pixie sprayed the back of my stencil, pixie spray, and I am going to turn the stencil a little bit so that I get the same look I had on the other one. First, what I'm going to do, I need to go turn it a little bit so I get the same look as the other one. Just leaving a little white along the edges, making sure I get that corner. Just a slight turn to that I actually was so inspired when I saw this stencil. I just thought it would be beautiful with these products. Also, it would be beautiful with the gorgeous 24 karat products too, which is what I originally thought I was going to do the tutorial in, and then these ices came in and I fell in love with them. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. Again, I don't need to, because the Pixie spray would probably hold this down nice and firm, but I'm just going to go right along the edge here. Just want to make sure that I don't get any seepage underneath. You notice here there's no seepage. That's thanks to my friend Mr. Pixie Spray. And again here. And that should do it for me. So I think this time I'm going to start with the Frozen Ocean color. I'm going to make the main color the turquoise color. So I am going to put this on exactly the same way I did with the other colors. I am going to speed this up now so you don't have to watch it in real time, but I do want to show you before I speed it up, spoke too soon, how much more opaque this is. You can really see it. It's just more solid. The colors are just more solid. So I told you I was going to speed it up when I put the colors down, but there, I finished the first color already. That's how fast these go. So I will close this tube up and start with the second color, and this time I am going to speed it up. So the second color I'm using is Turquoise Chill. That's this color right here, and I enjoy the music while I put this down. Okay, so that's all our colors on there, all three colors. And I'm just going to reveal this to you right now. Oh, look how pretty that is. But you can really see the difference between the colors that have more body to them, more opacity, and the ones that are more translucent. And you see the difference in the two, and it's really evident in person. I hope you can see the difference there. So these are really pretty. I'm going to set them aside to dry. As soon as they're both dry, I will just be adding a sentiment to them, and this project will be finished. And okay, our piece is dried. It's both the pieces have dried, and I am just going to add a sentiment to this. We're using SS114 Modern Encouragements. We're going to be using You Are Amazing. Remember that. You see how beautifully it fits on here. So I put this into my Misty. Oh, look how pretty this is. Look at how gorgeous that card is. It's just a gorgeous card. What a nice card to send to somebody for graduation or retirement. I mean, there's so many uses when it says You Are Amazing. So this is a one-layer card. You don't, not anything else needed for that. Let's add it to this. Also another really beautiful card. Let me pull that out and show you. Oh, just two really beautiful cards. And you saw how fast and easy they are. The worst part is the drying time, but that's with anything. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today and will consider subscribing to the Technique Junkie channel in the future. Thank you for watching today. We'll see you next time. Bye now.